Hey, welcome back. AlexBeltran, as always, talking, looking, and studying real estate, right? Right now, I'm currently on my way to check out an investment property that is for sale off market, so it's not on the MLS, anything like that. In fact, a fellow investor let me know that he wants to get rid of this particular property. And best of all, he's offering seller financing, which means, yeah, of course, I'm interested. Now, I'm on my way to check it out in person because, well, frankly, I want to see how much work this property actually needs. And two, I'm not that familiar with this area. It is in Council Bluffs, which is across the Missouri River, so it's on the side of Iowa. And, you know, even though I know this neighborhood, like, generally, I don't know the neighborhood enough to really, you know, get a good feel for it. And as always, when it comes to real estate, it's all about checking out the vibes in person. You know what I'm saying? That's downtown Omaha. This is a nice view. You'd be very surprised how expensive it is to pull the roots out. All right. This is going to be fun. Definitely needs siding, lots of paint. All right, so this is just kind of like the viewing process, right? Once I do like the full due diligence, then I'll, you know, be able to break down numbers. I'll tell you what I'm actually looking for. I'm looking for midterm rentals. I don't do long-term right now. I'm not looking for short-term. I hate Airbnb. I mean, Airbnb has its place, but I think it's more of the midterm rentals. But first red flag that I really enjoy, smell. Usually when a place smells kind of funny, as long as it's not asbestos, I love it. Because a lot of people don't like the smells, so it eliminates a lot of buyers, which, you know, makes it easier for me to buy these properties. Anyway, let's break it down, see what we can find. Clearly, I don't know the actual age of this property. I'm sure I will write it down, or you'll see it written up on the screen as I walk around. Clearly, the kitchen hasn't been updated. I mean, I remember when I was a real estate agent, stuff like this, you would say, that's not old. It's a classic. all the nonsense selling tactics that you try when you are a real estate agent. I mean, it's dirty. It's gonna need new countertops, basically a whole new kitchen. Kind of, actually surprisingly, not, right? Oof, well, at least it works. Does it? Yeah. Okay, well, at least it works. Windows, single pane, those will have to be updated. Usually when it comes to windows though, you'd be surprised how many subsidies there are for windows to make them double pane. What is this? Let's go to a little side over here. We'll go out that way in just a moment. But let's look around. Pretty classic, right? Pretty old. I'd probably just end up tearing that out. There's no need for that. This is pretty decent closet. Probably tear all that stuff out. No need for it. Actually, yeah, you can. I'd tear all this stuff out and just make a bigger closet out of it. I'd have to see, obviously. Not too bad. Have to get up there. This has to go. Surprisingly, oddly enough, what is this? Oh, it's glass. Well, at least it's not like, at least it's not tile. Usually tile is pretty expensive to take off. One time I made the mistake of looking into a property that had all tile restroom. when I got the estimate of how much it was gonna cost to make that repair, I cried a little. I don't know, did they, seems like they had carpet? So they covered, yeah. So they have the edges there. It seems like they had carpet here, which I don't know why they would have that if, I mean, the hardwood floor seems in very, very decent shape, actually. They epoxied here. Let's go check out the back rooms. There you go, investor special. Oof. Single pane. Yeah, this is gonna need a whole lot of work. What is that? Can't tell if that's moisture. I mean, so I knew it needed a lot of work. This actually, in a weird way, doesn't kind of scare me all that much. These are all old. Yeah, you can see water. I don't know if you can, I don't know if, I should have brought my bigger camera, but you know, carrying around a Canon R6 gets pretty heavy. Of course, classic investor door. Why make it fit? Alrighty. And the restroom, of course. This looks, now exactly what I was talking about. Tile throughout the restroom. That's one of the things. This is gonna be an expensive fix. This tub has been around since like forever. I mean, at least it was modernized, right? Classic. The lights turn on? Yeah, they do. Okay. Not too bad. Another nice door. Well, this is the thing about trying to buy an investment property is that you have to turn trash into gold. Is this even permitted? Gonna have to check with the city. Are these, what are these? Single. Wow. All right, let's go check the back. This is actually pretty surprising. A newer unit. I would have expected a much... Oh, it's got a basement. Did I miss a door? I think I did. All right, we'll go back and check the basement. Clearly, all the siding needs to be done. Check that out. Yeah. These windows. Those windows are going to be lots of fun. Let's see what we got here. Open this. Does this key open? Huh. How do I get in? Does this open? Oh, of course. Bunch of dirt everywhere. Top flight security system. I have to wonder what's up there. I don't have a ladder, so can't really get up there, but I mean, as long as there's no dead bodies, I'm okay with it. It just seems like storage. In fact, let's see. GoPro, what can you get me? What's up there? Audience, let me know. Updated garage door. Not too bad. All right, let's go back inside and check out the basement. Oh, it's that door. Okay. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, anybody? All right, let's check this out. Well, where are the lights? Here we go. No, there we go. Will that work? Yeah. Okay. Wow. Bit of a bar. Kind of interesting. What's this? Oh, just a regular creepy closet. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Okay, that's foam. I thought that was a foundation crack. I don't know if you can see it. That would not have been good, but it's, yeah, it's just styrofoam. You can, I mean, that's a relatively new system. What do we got here? Manufacturing date was 2006. Not the newest, but not the oldest. Let's see here. When was this manufactured? Nope. Where are you? (6/17/24) was the last time they were here. Great, but when was it manufactured? Something Mexico. Serial number. I'm sure once I get something like that. Yeah. Not too bad. Washer and dryer. Oof. Okay. Oh, this circles all the way around? Oh. Here we go. I don't think this was supposed to be a shower ever. This is... what's going on here? Let me see. Yeah, that's shiplap. That's shiplap. This... yeah. That might need to be torn out. These are just storage. Okay. I'm assuming someone lived down here as well. Here's another, if you can call it a bedroom. You can't even call this a bedroom. This legally can't be a bedroom. That's a problem. Yeah, just a bunch of drywall. I would just probably knock all this stuff down. Yeah. Yep. Probably knock all that down. Open it up. I have no clue what they were doing here. Maybe it was speakeasy. Who knows? But yeah, interesting. What is... I haven't seen one of those in a long time. Entire floor. I don't know about that heater. Okay, well, let's turn all these back off. I can't believe I didn't catch this when I first came in. You can clearly see that they updated the heating and the cooling. Okay. Well, that's pretty much it. I'm not going to stick around any longer. Oop, somebody here? All right. All right. Looks like another investor pulled up. Interesting. Let's get back to the office and figure this out. Ready? 1, 2. Whoa, movie magic. I always love those jump cuts. Anyway, all this information I'm essentially getting from PropStream, which, let me just start this. If you're into real estate and you're not using PropStream, are you even serious about real estate? I mean, those are just facts. Come on, right? Anyway, let's take a little bit of a rundown on this property. This particular property has 0 debt, which is why seller financing is available, which is always a great start. The asking price is $115,000. ARV, or after repair value, is, in my conservative estimate, $180,000 to $210,000. The seller was saying it was between $200,000 to $240,000, which is ambitious on a long enough time scale. However, I'm not a speculator, I'm an investor, which is always why you have to do your own due diligence. It is very vital to do your own due diligence because the seller has a vested interest in giving you the highest numbers possible, not necessarily the most accurate. And look, this isn't a dig at the seller. I mean, we all got to pay our bills and play the game, but you know, always do your own due diligence. All right, so the rehab numbers that I've come up with are anywhere between $50,000 to about $65,000. Why is that? Well, labor right now is ridiculously expensive if you are able to book any labor at all. Right now, everything in, Council Bluffs, the Omaha, Nebraska area is really hard to pull off. A lot of them are pretty much booked solid right now for multiple reasons. One, because of, just everyday contracting work that needs to be done. And on top of that, there have been pretty big storms here. So a lot of people need work to be done a little more expedited than, a house that's just being repaired for rentals. While I can do some of the work myself, technically, I don't want to because that's not a tax write-off. So it's better if I hire someone else to do it. And then we have a little thing called permits, which I'm not too familiar with, Council Bluffs local government, but let's just say that bureaucrats like to bureaucrat. You know what I'm saying? So if you add up the $115,000 plus the $65,000, which is sort of like the worst case scenario, you get $180,000 invested into this property, which isn't too bad given the circumstances, right? But at this point, we're cutting it really close to the ARV, which is a huge red flag for me. All right, so for my rental analysis, I always use Rentometer. It's fairly accurate given the circumstances. There are certain markets where there's just not enough information, so you really have to go with what's on the ground. However, estimated for long-term rental is $1,300, which is a month, which is $15,500 a year, which is an ROI of 9%. Midterm rentals, I especially like having traveling nurses, contracted workers. It's estimated between $2,800 to about $3,000 a month, $36-ish thousand a year, which is about a 20% return on investment. However, there's a caveat to this situation. Actually, it's called debt. There's debt that needs to be paid. Apart from the debt, another one of the biggest caveats is the basement. I mean, that is borderline uninhabitable without serious upgrades. Furnish Finder won't accept that as is. And the added cost of, plumbing, egress windows, and finishings, that's gonna add up significantly. Number two, management fees are higher for midterm rentals, which is very necessary for midterm rentals, especially if you're going to be using sites like Furnish Finder and Airbnb Monthly. After fees and all that good stuff, I'm looking at like a profit of maybe $500, which isn't bad. I'm not complaining. But for midterm rental, not that worth it. Now comes the financing plan, and actually the most speculative part of all of real estate, really, because you don't really have the solid numbers until you close on the property, right? I can make these guesstimates, and I hope to make them as accurately as possible, and this is what I hope to do. However, usually this is where the discrepancies are from, your due diligence to the actual purchase of the property, right? Now, like I said earlier, this particular property has no debt, so there is seller financing available. However, the seller has said that they want their cash sooner rather than later, which means that seller financing is a little more of a short-term loan, right? Which means that I'm gonna have to refinance into what would be like a DSCR loan of some type, and I'm assuming that at that point, at a refinance rate, the monthly mortgage is probably going to be about $1,250, give or take, depending on, what interest rates are and how much is owed on the property, right? But that's roughly where I'm at, which means one, long-term rental is going to negative cash flow, big red flag. And two, midterm rentals, $500 of cash flow. Like I said, that's still low given the amount of effort that you're going to be putting into it. Now, if you're brand spanking new to real estate, you might not realize that I've kind of glazed over a couple of topics. This isn't because I'm lazy. It's more so because of the fact that I've done this so many times. I do this to several hundred properties. Chances are, if you're brand new, you're only doing between like 1 to 5 properties at a time. So absolutely, you have the time to do like the deeper dives for this. I personally don't. But when you're a beginner, it's good to do the deeper dives because you get more knowledge of the market around you. One of the things that I glazed over was the property taxes and the insurance. These things, they change constantly, right? Especially insurance. If you are in a place where weather is a major factor, the next thing is vacancy rates, market trends, exit strategies. Exit strategies are very important. I have several videos on this particular topic. Go ahead and check those out if you want to do a deeper dive into that. But basically it's, oh man, I screwed up. How do I get out of this without, with the most minimal damage, right? Either selling it, seller financing it to someone else, subject toing it to someone else, whatever the case may be, have an exit strategy. And lastly, especially if you're going to do like midterm rentals like myself, look into utility costs. You'd be surprised how expensive that can get, especially here in the Midwest where it snows and people have their heaters on like all freaking day, right? Electricity, water, all that good stuff. Make sure to look into that. Once you do that once, for the most part, you pretty much have a good understanding of all the other properties within the area, generally speaking, right? Which is why I didn't bring it up in this particular video. Sorry. But definitely look into that. That is absolutely part of the due diligence process. So I guess the real question is, am I going to submit an offer? Sure. It doesn't hurt to submit a lowball offer. What happens? They reject it and you're back in the same place as before? Oh no, how horrible. Whatever. But if I don't get it, I'm absolutely not going to lose any sleep over this particular property. It's not like a must-have property by any stretch of the imagination. Now, if you happen to see me talk about this property again, then that means, hey, they accepted my offer and I purchased this property. If you never see this property again, that means that, well, they didn't accept my offer. Wah, wah. Oh, well, whatever. Like I said, I won't lose any sleep over it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.